Braves country.
Good morning, and welcome to Braves country today. The Atlanta Braves start a big series against the New York Mets as Atlanta currently sits 4.5 out of first place. The Mets lost to the Washington Nationals, so why that was a good thing, the Braves are now a game and a half behind Washington. So keep an eye on the Nationals. They are playing incredibly good baseball right now as we head towards the All-Star break. We just have less than 2 weeks till the All-Star break. So this is a crunch time to say the least in Braves country. Let's go ahead and get into what's going to go down today as the Braves host New York for 3 games starting tonight at 7:20. It's going to be Miguel, the 4.15 ERA. Remember, we faced him earlier. Charlie Morton takes the hill with his 3.68 ERA. And remember, Charlie Morton has been pitching phenomenally the last couple of times out. I mean, he has been an absolute monster in the way you want a guy that you went out and signed to be your big fish to be. And it took him a while to get there, but let's take a look at what he has done recently. His last time out against those Mets, 7 innings, 11 strikeouts, 0 earned runs, and he only allowed 1 hit, remember. So that right there tells you what he is capable of and what he's been doing recently. We know he struggled at the beginning of the year, but the timeout before that against St. Louis, and one thing we'll have to be fair, St. Louis and the Mets, they're one of the most anemic offenses in the National League, but it's not like they're chopped liver, okay? And both of them are offenses that can struggle, that are struggling. So he took advantage of that. And when I look at that being a great sign, regardless, is you're supposed to go out and dominate the guys, the teams that are having a hard time. Before those 2 outings, Charlie Morton was not pitching great baseball. I mean, he went 4 and gave up 4 against the Marlins, 5 and gave up 2 against the Dodgers. That's not terrible, but he did struggle in that start to get through those 5 and gave up 3 against Washington. He did have a great outing against the Red Sox, and that's why I really thought he had turned a page when he went back-to-back against the Red Sox and the Mets in late May. You really thought he had turned a page. And then he just had a really pedestrian next few starts. So hopefully we get more of what he just did and not what he had done earlier in the season. Of course, we all know beginning of the season, April into May, Charlie Morton was he was a 4 or 5 star, and right now he's pitching like a number 1, maybe number 2, but definitely has been a number 1 the last couple of starts. So that's what you hope to see today, because this is going to be a very big game to win, because Max Fried comes off the IL tomorrow, or he's set to come off the IL tomorrow. Hopefully everything goes correctly. It will be Fried versus Taijuan Walker. You got to give the Braves a fighting chance in that one. You got to figure Morton versus Miguel. The Braves will be favored today. You got to get the first 2 games of this series, because game 3 is Smiley versus DeGrom. And we all know DeGrom has been almost like, I'm not going to say perfect, but he hasn't been human. He's got like a 0.57, 0.58 ERA, somewhere in that neighborhood. It's been absolutely ridiculous. And so you hope that somehow we can get these first 2 wins and put a lot less stress on the Atlanta. And then you're just playing with house money at that point. If you win the first 2 games of a big series where we're 4.5 behind the leader, that would make us 2.5 back going into DeGrom Day. And you've seen stranger things happen. DeGrom, he got roughed up a little bit for him. He got roughed up a little bit against Philly last time out. Now they got the win, but he went 6 innings. He gave up 2 earned runs. Oh, whose ERA is shot up to 0.69 now. Regardless how you look at it, it's going to be huge first 2 games because you don't want to have to put game number 3 in the hands of Smiley, who has been pitching well in his own right. You don't want to put it in his lap to say, okay, we win or we lose the series on what you do. So these first 2 games are huge. First pitch is 7:20 tonight. I'm excited. I hope you are too. The Braves, they've got a pulse, but they have got to go out and play good baseball these next 3 games. When we come out of that, when you look at the big picture on whether or not they're going to be willing to buy or sell, the Braves, after the Mets, are going to be playing the Marlins, Pirates, and Marlins. Not trying to bash those clubs, those teams, those fan bases, whatever. But Marlins, Pirates, Marlins, although 2 were on the road, you like your odds. When the Mets are going to be playing Yankees, by the way, they're at the Yankees, Brewers, and then they'll finish off with the Pirates. But they've got 2 very tough series after Atlanta. The Nats, who are red hot right now, they've got a tough road. They're playing the Rays this week. Hopefully Tampa can go in there and give them some L's. Then they've got a 4-game series against the Dodgers, which should be a great series, especially considering 4th of July weekend, etc. And then San Diego and San Francisco before they on road trips before they head to the All-Star break. So Washington, if they're for real, if they are actually playing good baseball, we're going to find out in the next 4 series. Same thing with the Mets. This series against Atlanta and the next 2. Atlanta, after they get past New York, they have some smooth sailing and can gain some ground, but you got to get the W's. You can't just go 5-5 through that stretch. You have to go and put your foot down on the floor and hit the gas. All right, we're going to go ahead and get out of here today as the Braves 7:20 first pitch, like we just said. Thank you for checking out Braves Country today. We're here every day throughout the week. Please like, subscribe, and share, and catch more on the Armchair Quarterbacks Show channel here on YouTube Live. Have a great day, y'all. Come on, Braves. We got to get that W. This is huge. Don't want to go down 5.5.
You're in Braves country.